Yo, I am Hyphen X, and welcome to the Great Conversation, where we indulge in healthy dialogue about topics that are important in today's society and culture. Man, oh man, we are living in a crazy era. 2020 has shown us the vision of, I don't even want to say confusion. It's almost like clarity. Almost everything that we believed was a conspiracy is coming true. Things don't even really faze us too much. Are we surprised that the officers were not charged for any bullets to go inside of Breonna Taylor's home, or even the bullet that took her life? Welcome to America. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we got a very special conversation today. Got my mans with me. My man's Mike, AM, MJ. I just know him as my nigga, man. Mike, what's up, bro?
Man, what's good? What's good? No, this has been long overdue. It's been in the makings right here, man. Appreciate you having me on, definitely.
Man,
You
I
know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
it's the honor is mine. For people that don't know.
Wait, hold on. Let me just start like this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I love everybody, all right? I'm gonna say that now before any ignorance perpetuates you to grab your, clutch your pearls. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get that out the way. I fucks with everybody, but I gotta say what I gotta say sometimes, and it just come across how I come across. But I fucks with everybody.
Yeah, that's real talk. That's real talk. Now, for people that don't
Cause
know,
I don't know what you finna put me in. You know what I'm saying? We ain't had no
I,
pregame.
it's no pregame. I didn't really come in with any structure. You know what I'm saying? Today just kind of happened to be the day that, you know what I'm saying, the judicial system showed everybody like we're gonna pay some money, and we're gonna still wiggle out, and we're gonna still put a sacrifice up. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, okay, we can start there. You know what I'm saying? So like, where do you like stand on this Breonna Taylor thing? First of all, are you surprised? Are you surprised what the verdict was? Were you surprised at all?
Well, we were all kind of anticipating the outcome from when we first heard the case. But when they put those reports up a couple days ago that they were boarding up the city buildings and uh, facilities were closed in the downtown area of Louisville, that pretty much let you know how it was going to come out then. And from that there, I mean, I lost all shot. I was like, oh, my only thing is what's going to be happening after this now. You know what I mean? But these have been the circumstances when you go back over and over and over and over to Tamir Rice and all the way back to, Zimmerman getting off and shit. This shit been going on for at least the last 5-10 years in the open public with no, clapback.
Yeah, I think that's where it's at. No clapback. Like, yeah, you're gonna. I fight that right there because I know that the power of the tongue. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like everyone's talking about like a revolution. You know what I'm saying? Or revolting, or coming up against, or carrying arms, or things of this nature. But like nobody really goes at, like, for revolution to happen, somebody has to be overturned.
Has to be moved out of the way. You're right. Uh, Man, I don't think there is going to be a revolt in that instance because that 12 million shut all of that shit down. You see what I'm saying? Everybody gonna sit back and go like, her family got 12 mil though. You know what I'm saying? And it's
But were people really doing it so that Breonna Taylor's mama and them was good in the first place?
well, I think in the hearts of many of us, that's almost as good as them niggas going to jail for some, you know what I'm saying, for some reason. You know what I mean? Knowing that we haven't gotten justice in this land since the creation of this land. You know what I mean? Uh, I think for some folk, that 12 million spoke for it all. You know what I mean? Because her family wasn't gonna never achieve that in one sum at no time, no way. You know what I mean? So they look at that as the whatever they had to go through. They look at that as the justice. I say.
You know
Most
what?
people I talk to, that's the first thing that run out their mouth is that 12 million.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really spoken to anybody about it. I didn't find myself in a safe environment where I could speak without that, without being judged and having to face any type of repercussions from anyone. I'm not free yet, all the way.
What repercussions you gonna face?
I was in a professional environment, man. You gotta, you know, keep that stuff to yourself. But like, to me, man, I think it's bigger than Breonna Taylor's family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm happy they get, because okay, let's just be honest. Let's just really be honest. I'm not gonna see any of that 12
at all.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna see any of that 12 at all. So like, it's bigger than, you know what I'm saying? How many times did this happen that we don't know about? You know what I'm saying? This could have prevented it from happening again. You know what I'm saying?
During this time, they showed a case, I think it was the Doherty family or something like that in Louisville, same city. They had a no-knock warrant, and they had the wrong people again at this address. Nobody was killed or hurt, but there was children inside the residence. And it was a family residence. They busted in the door. They had the guns pointed on the boy. They telling the boy to come downstairs. They pulled the whole family out the house in the morning. The door ain't no good now. You know what I'm saying? But you got the wrong people. You know, so I got to go back in this unsecured crib now. Y'all did nothing to secure me, but you supposed to protect and serve. You know what I'm saying? They had these instances already on their force in their city.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
these
things go on all the time. Yeah, this is a known issue. This stuff happens in cities across the U.S., bro. No-knock warrants have been done. I remember being a child in at the crib in Rockford.
Right.
And we riding somewhere, me and my mom's, and I see a bunch of people hop out of van behind us, bro. I'm terrified. I'm in the car. They running to this house that's like, you know, across the street.
Right.
And so it's like, bro, what is y'all on? Y'all got everybody out here panicking. Because how you running across the street with your guns up? You ain't even getting in the yard yet. You got your guns up and stuff.
You don't even know if they in there.
You don't even know if they in there. You don't even know who's in there with them. You don't know how many children may be in the residence, how many women may be in the residence. You see what I mean?
Anything. And I think that's the crazy. Oh, and then the dude who got indicted, he got indicted not for those bullets, like I said, that went into the home or the ones that killed Breonna Taylor, but for the bullets that went inside a different crib. So
the neighbor's house, yeah.
So they really said, niggas, we really not finna say her fucking name. Now what? You know what I'm saying? That was a middle finger. That was a middle finger right there. I was like, wow. So they really.
What about the case that was in Minnesota when they shot dude up in the car?
Oh, was that the Philando?
Philando Castile.
Yeah.
He got off. You see what I'm saying?
No, okay. Didn't he get indicted and then they did an appeal? They did, like, he got sentenced. They did an appeal. Then he got out.
Bro, thing is, he
got out. Yeah. Yeah, he out.
Oh, I can't tell you all them details. I just know at the end of the day, he was let go.
See, it's them police union contracts, man. It's the police union contracts that protect the officers. You know what I'm saying? Because I always notice, like right before they get ready to arrest an officer, they never say that. They always say ex cop, ex officer. You know what I'm saying? They're never an officer at the time of the arrest. So no officer.
They fired first or whatever, yeah, and then they get, yeah, I
So,
get what you're saying.
so the police is still not getting arrested. Now they're a private citizen getting arrested. You know what I'm saying? They're a private citizen that's getting arrested that happened to be a police officer. You know what I'm saying? Or an ex cop, if you will. You know what I'm saying? It's funny how they do it, man. It's very funny how they do it. Like you can always tell. Like when they start boarding stuff up and everything, I was like, oh yeah, they anticipating a riot because they know what they finna do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They know
And
exactly.
it shows you how the justice system is not solitary. You see what I'm saying? How they are just as connected with everything else. You see what I'm saying? As far as all the other branches of systems, and that's why they call it a systematic racism or racist program or whatever. But what I was gonna get to was, damn, I done lost my point. Ah, damn, that was a good
Let
point.
me pick it up. All right.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They was. Go ahead.
No, like you said, like the systematic thing, like you know what I'm saying, like it runs on its own axis. You know what I'm saying? Like racism is in orbit. You know what I'm saying? In orbit in our society. You know what I'm saying? A guy hit me up today, bro. Since we bringing up racism, a guy a guy hit me up today, man. This is I can't make this up. He hit me up. Went to high school with me. White guy. He wants to know how could he, a person that supports Black Lives Matters, and hold on, he woke, what it stands for. Okay. Black, Black Lives Matter, what it stands for. How can he help change the minds of people like his wife's family who is racist?
You have an answer for him or no? And let me ask you this too: do you see Black Lives Matter as a movement and as a kind of organization at the same time?
Well, I have to look at it as an organization because it is an organization, but also, but the moniker, the words Black Lives Matter has something. It means something different for me. You
That's what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying. The
saying?
movement and
Yeah, it's
it's
two.
two different. Yeah,
But me, I'm not even involved with the organization. Like, I don't even know what they do. I don't know what the organization does. I don't know what they do, what they're responsible for. Are they passing out waters and Gatorades and masks? Like, what are they doing? Like, I don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Nor do I care. You know, you know what I'm saying? A white man just to said, hey, that's smart. Let me coin that phrase. That's all we got. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? But now watch this. It's my turn. I lost train of thought on what I was saying prior. What previous? Let me think here. We live, baby. So
no,
uh,
bro.
no,
It's a frustrating conversation to have, and I can understand why we losing, train of thought or whatever on it, because everything that's been done has already been, played on us before. There's been, Rodney King and all of that shit. You see what I'm saying? There's been this been going on since
oh,
I've been paying attention.
right. Oh, I remember what we was talking about. The white guy.
You
So
was
it's like,
talking about the white boy hitting you up
yeah,
though.
yeah. So my answer to him was just like, sometimes you have this. This is what I said to him, and then I'll give you my thought out after I've sat down and thought about it. So the answer I gave to him was something quick. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, hey man, you just got to kind of focus on your family and your world. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always been racism. There's going to be racism. You know what I'm saying? And there's always been FOBs. You know what I'm saying? Just know that if you're FOB, they're not going to treat you too well. It's very simple.
That's the program, bro. And I'm just of the mindset you can't change the minds of those that don't want to change. So
Yeah.
if that's what her family is, that's what you married into, buddy. You got to
Yep.
deal with it.
Yep.
And as far as support, I mean, do all efforts you can in support. Speak up at your job. Speak up when you in public. You see what I'm saying? When you see the store clerk treat the motherfucker bogus, the little young black kid. You see what I'm saying? Cause that's how they do it. You know, they only pick on those who can pick on. They can pick on. You know.
I'm trying to hold my tongue because there's some things I want to say, but I can't. Well, maybe I'll just wait till I release this. So, like, it's hard. Like, usually when white people ask me like what they can do to help or whatnot, I just say go spend your money with black-owned businesses. That's what I tell them. That's usually what I tell them. You know what I'm saying? Because when white people get involved in things, bro, they have a tendency to want to take it over. Hence the Black Lives Matter movement. No matter what a white person attaches to, they become more passionate. Like I did this video. I don't know if you've seen it. It was on Facebook on our Great Conversation page. Great Conversation podcast is down on the ground on the streets there with the protest, and then there was a conversation that was had with a self-proclaimed business owner. Come to find out, she's not even the owner of the business, but she was saying things like, when I see a white police officer beat the hell out of a black person, I get more pissed off than they do.
Then black people, she said, is what she's saying?
And the protesters.
She gets more pissed off than the protesters?
Yeah.
Okay.
And black people. She gets more pissed off. But this isn't helping. And then she said, it's making them, and then she bags off her words. She says, I'm not like them. I'm not prejudiced. But it's making them more prejudiced. So my response was, so you admit that they're already prejudiced? She said I was dealing in semantics.
So
Yeah.
it's like she woke, but she don't want to talk yet. You know what I'm saying? You know how you wake up in the morning, you don't want to have nobody talking to you right away. It's still like, come on, man, let me brush my teeth, let me get it right first.
Let me have a cup of coffee. But
yeah.
But what I'm saying
she woke, but she just don't want to talk about it yet.
But at the same time, she's just like, and then like she's screaming out like, God loves everybody. I love everybody. God loves everybody. I hate when the people bring God into it. And I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that. But people don't even like to bring God in conversations where God's name should be mentioned, or where the acknowledgement of God or a higher being should be. But the minute you start talking about standing up against something, oh, it's the love of Christ. What would Jesus do? Well, people's whole understanding of Jesus, the Bible, all this, God has been, I don't think people read the Bible, because this carefree hippie guy, it's not in there. Mm-hmm. I look for it. It's not in there. I don't know. Maybe he was on that 70s show, but it's not in that book. You know what I'm saying? It's not there. And if they say that God embodies every emotion that man has, then anger is one of those. It's called righteous anger. Righteous. I can't say it because I understand the power of the tongue. It's crazy. It's man, I'm in amazement. I never thought that I would, like in Rockford, bro. It's a civil rights movement. I never thought I had to live through one. And here go to another crazy part. Never really realized how messed up it was until I really like looked. I was like, that is
Well,
weird.
Rockford itself.
Yeah, like the structure, like Rockford really made me pay attention to like what's really going on. Around where I live at, where I'm at. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Like it's a big divide. It's a huge divide. It's divided by a river. It's huge.
That river divide everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've noticed that my whole life
Yeah.
living out there. Just like they say, it's the other side of the tracks. Them train tracks right there too. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I've always noticed it just from moving from one side to the other side. I lived on both sides, which gave me clear understanding. Growing up having friends on both sides really got me well adjusted. Uh, and I noticed the difference growing up out there than I did in my times that I did living in Chicago. And the exposure you get is different because you're a lot closer to living with other races. In Chicago, you're hyper segregated. So everybody you around, you go out your door, your two neighbors, your next four neighbors, you see what I'm saying, are all pretty much people you can relate to or with.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah.
lived in Rockford, if you remember, my two neighbors on the side of me, I think one was an older Italian
Yeah.
dude, was a white family next to me. Across the street, it was a Laotian family and a Thai family. You know what I'm saying? Next to them, I think it was a white family. Then next to them, it was a black family. Mexicans down the street. It was everybody in the same neighborhood. In that proximity, you got to actually observe. So growing up in Rockford, coming from both sides, I had just different eyesight on everything what I was watching, and it kind of woke me up quicker. You know what I mean? As far as uh, the people you see different also see you different. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
it like that.
Yeah. That's true.
I'm gonna say it like that just to be on the safe side with it because it's both ways. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's just we don't have the same relation points. We don't have the same points of reference. You see what I'm saying?
No, that made perfect sense because, like you said, like I like the way you said that. You was like they see in you in a different way too. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And the problem comes when you think that the way that you're seeing is right, but the way that they're seeing is wrong. That's where the problem lies. That man, bro, like so like I've always like, okay, let me ask you a question. Do you believe that white people are inherently evil?
No, I think these are all taught methods. These are just things that you're instructed on, whether in the household, whether through societal mediums such as TVs and articles, news, and stuff like that, uh, or whether you taught it in school. Shit, your classroom structure kind of teach it. You know how direction is given different to different students. You know what I mean? If you're in a multicultural school, you do get that account. A young white girl is treated different than a young Hispanic male. It's
Yeah.
just facts from what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Just to
Yeah.
keep black and white out of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They treat it differently on a
Yeah.
daily basis, and you taking that in from grade school all the way up to middle school, high school. That's a programming. When you get in power, this is how you gonna act when you in management. You see what I'm saying? And then again, it's a points of reference, how I relate to other people. As we grow older, we tend to separate more as we get older too. If you think
Yeah.
about it, in your
Yeah.
childhood, you probably had a lot of different friends, but as you got into high school, you probably had
Yeah.
less of those friends. As
Yeah.
you got out of high school, it became even more less
Yeah.
because you didn't have so many points of where you can relate. Like, this is what I like. So, no, I don't think white folks is inherently evil. I don't think white folks is inherently racist. And I don't all the way disagree with racism, bro, because it's really just you could look at it as protection of your own or love of your own at the same time. And a lack of racism, if you want to call it that, or race man and all that other shit, lack of it actually does end in the demise of your folk, bro. Is what happens. You see what I'm saying? If we had race man in Africa, we probably wouldn't have got sold off, you know what I'm saying, so to speak,
Right.
to the Muslims. Then the Muslims sold us off to the motherfucking European, whatever. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't have enough of it in our culture, bro, to get us ahead is what I'm really trying to say.
No, that's exactly what you're saying, because I felt that, because I'm sitting here as you saying that, I'm like, okay, so like white people have a certain pride of being white. You know what I'm saying? Look at them flourish. You know what I'm saying? Mexicans have a certain pride of being Mexicans, or Hispanics, period. Anybody Hispanic have a certain pride of who they are, their culture, everything. You know what I'm saying? Look at where they go. Hindus, they have the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Pakistanis, they got it. But we as blacks, and I'm talking about blacks in America, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I deal with on a daily basis. That blacks in America, as soon as you start talking that black power, that black pride, they don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? They write you off. You know what I'm saying? And then all, like, if you start talking that black power, black pride stuff, man, you are up there in the same hierarchy as a preacher, and you better not do no wrong.
No, that's 100, man. When I got on that kick, my family started calling me what's the niggas' names on Boondocks?
Riley.
Yeah,
Riley.
that's what they calling me, man. They was calling me Huey Riley, goddamn. Because I was wild on the Riley end and I was still talking that Huey shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, even when we around, it's like, nah, because I can't do the pork, it's this, that, and this. You shouldn't be doing it, this, that, and this. They don't want to hear it, even that, just on the diet tip. You know, you talking to nigger. You see what I'm saying? You talking that black power.
Yeah. Like me, bro.
We just don't have, we don't have, what it is we don't have a basic culture, bro, because we trying to fit into a culture that don't fit us. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it like that. Black folks don't have culture at all, because a lot of this American culture we have created. You get what I mean? But we don't have, bro, it's a level of agreement. I think it is. We just divided in so many fronts.
It's a we don't really have a positive, relatable culture. You know what I'm saying? We do have a culture, like you say, like we can all relate that drinking Kool-Aid with sugar in it is black. It's part of black culture. You know what I'm saying? That's what they'll say. Drinking Kool-Aid with sugar in it is part of black culture. Growing up, sleeping head to foot to head with your cousins is black culture. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all our culture. Getting together for family reunions and gatherings, black culture. Not doing business with each other, black culture. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like that's that. We don't, like you said, we don't have a collective. We don't have a collective positive. I don't know.
And it's in part because we trying to forget our past at the same time. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the things my parents experienced, I wasn't privy to until I had to experience.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Instead of taking, I'm not just putting this on my parents, I'm talking about their generation.
Yeah, generation.
Yeah. I mean, let me just say it like that. That generation did not put me on enough game where I could take that and build from where they leaving off at. They come back and drop little gems on you, but we don't have a system of this is the way it goes. This is how you get from A to Z. They'll tell you an A to C kit, but they won't bring you all the way to Z all the time. We don't have that kind of that real, okay, when you go to school, you really don't have to worry about no job system. We don't have that.
No, we don't. Okay, so let's talk about that. So like, okay, so I'll look at it from like my experience. So you got my grandparents, my mom, and then you got me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got my kids. So my grandparents worked by the sweat of their brow, and their sole purpose for working for the sweat of their brow is so that they one day could provide for their kids, so their kids wouldn't want nothing. They wouldn't have to work as hard as they did. All right. So boom, now you got my mom. Or
That's been the goal. That's what's crazy. What you just said was crazy.
Yeah.
No, that has been the goal. So the generation behind us don't got to work as hard.
Yeah.
When we got so much work to do still. You know what I mean? We got to a point where we felt settled and we felt accepted. And, you know, we could vote and we could go to the same class and we could eat here and I could drive the Cadillac and listen to my brother on the radio. You see what I'm saying? We the big nigga in the ring, flying on the basketball court, everything. You see what I'm saying? So it got to a point where they started to see it and was like, okay, we can breathe and let's make sure the next generation got it easy. And the times did not get easier. They were accelerating and accelerating and accelerating into a hardening force. And that force is here, is present like a motherfucker.
And it's a bunch of people having to deal with it that are not mentally stable or emotionally stable at that. So we have a lot of people lashing out at this time. You know what I'm saying? At this very pivotal time. This is I believe, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I believe that this is the turning point in American history, or at least the push, the start. You know what I'm saying? I believe that within the next 20 years, by the time I'm in the next 20 years, there's gonna be some major changes, bro. It's gonna be some major changes. We're gonna say some things like, that wasn't how it was. I remember when. Because we're already saying it. We're already saying it.
Yeah, we already saying it, but is it really? No.
Okay, so let's think about it.
Skeptic, bro. I'm such a skeptic, and it's hard for me to be optimistic like that because
well,
I'm one of them faith without acts type Christians. You know what I'm saying?
Let me be clear, bro. I'm not saying just for the good. I'm saying like it's things happening right now. You know what I'm saying, that are not good.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Or like how
that's what I'm saying.
Like the mentality has changed. You know what I'm saying? Like you remember, let's just talk about it. So you remember when we were coming up, bro, like we were taught that AIDS came from drug addicts and gay white men. That was the spokesperson.
Magic Johnson.
And then Magic Johnson got it. Arthur. And then
all right, I'm just fucking around.
Then he got it. You know,
right. And like, oh, everybody can get it.
Anybody can get it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, you know, the crazy thing about images, I still remember the Inquirer picture. You know what I'm saying? I had him with his mouth open with the windbreaker on, looking at the poolside.
Hell no.
Why they do Magic Johnson like that?
No, go back to your point, man. As children, we learned that gays and crackheads and drug addicts sharing needles and shit like that.
Things like that. So that's what they depicted as gay. That was the what gay was, and Sinead O'Connor, and we were calling gay girls butches, and you know what I'm saying? Like it was a whole different type of world. Like the world has become soft.
See, that's what I was getting to, bro. We didn't have That's what I'm saying. As far as my skepticism, as far as are things changing? When you say changing, I was looking at it as you were being hopeful or optimistic as things were getting to a better place. But it's, bro,
Going,
how many generations? A dollar menu, single parent children who are not getting fed the right, you know what I'm saying, tutelage of, how to problem solve and research and, find a solution on anything. Kids that don't even play board games no more. How many generations is that? You know what I mean? Board games teach you logic, strategy,
yeah. Kids don't
all
even
of
play,
that
they
type of
don't even
stuff.
play with toys, bro.
They don't even play with toys no more.
You can
You
even
know
go in
what
the
I'm
house and
saying?
find a toy box.
And it's gotten to a point like girls used to play with toys. They say girls was given dolls and
Yeah.
Barbies and things like that, teddy bears, stuff like that, because they're being taught to learn how to teach and manipulate their human form, basically.
Wait, they're being taught to.
It was in the brainwash book. They was
Yeah.
they was being
Yeah.
at a young age, they're being taught to deal with the social norms of
Oh,
human society. You see what I'm
okay.
saying? They're
Okay.
being taught
Yeah.
how to teach people and
Yeah.
manipulate.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. I don't give a fuck what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
No, you talking.
And
Hey, that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
He's.
but
Yeah.
they not even growing up with that structure no more because they have grown beyond that to the point where they don't even need relationship as much anymore.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And there's so much of that going on that also, breaks unity and everything else, where coming together and building on that is becoming tougher and tougher now. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to use a social media platform, and I got to have my ass in the air with a Black Lives Matter banner on it for everybody to get the message type shit.
Bro, have you seen that? Have you seen the commercial where they're twerking, like thick women stripping on a pole, talking about get your ass to the poles or get your booty to the poles? I can't make this up, bro. I seen it with my own eyes,
Bruh.
and I heard it with my own
God
ears.
damn.
And then it said, and then it said, did we get your
Bruh, we have turned into the real life boondocks, dog. This is real life boondocks, man.
bro? It said, did I get your attention? Now that I have your attention, no. It said, now do I have your attention? I said, yeah. I said yes.
Oh man.
Said, get out and vote. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get out and vote. Great message.
Get your booty to the pole. I was like, I see what you did there. Bro, like
Dang.
it's dangerous, bro. We live in a dangerous time. When you live in a society that's accepting of when you live in a society that's accepting of everything, you take the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? And America is slow. If I was an old white man, I would feel as if I have lost my grip on America. Like my time is coming to it. My time is coming to an end. You know what I'm saying? As being they're flexing their authority right now. They have to flex their authority right now because they feel threatened. You know what I'm saying? Because they have become so integrated. They have become so diverse. They have become so multicultural that they're starting to recede. They're being flushed out. Like in the census, they always are adding something new to the white category. It's always something new added to the white category. At one time, like, you know what I'm saying, Italians, Irishmen, they weren't even considered white. They're doing it with
It was all done for the purposes of voting and things like that, and being included in the majority.
yeah.
You on the winning team now, type of thing.
Hey.
Uh, I watched something on Vice where they were talking with liberal black and Republican black folks, and then they had one where they were talking with liberal Hispanic folks and Republican Hispanic, conservative Hispanic folks. And he actually had a question: do you consider yourself white? To the Hispanic folks. And I was Macaulay Culkin, hands on the cheeks at how many of them was like, yeah, I consider myself white. Yeah, I consider myself white.
I lived through that before live.
Yeah.
I can.
And it just goes to show how much of an agreement other races have.
Yeah. Cause
That sounds, I mean?
That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy.
What's going on? You see what I mean? And the way the demonstrations, the protests have been hijacked early on, and how things have continued and continued and continued, with the Black Lives Matter moniker ringing in the background, whether they're involved or not, because honestly, I haven't seen many black faces tearing shit up like that. They've got how many white women tearing shit up? Just white women alone. You see what I'm saying? So
the white woman is running rampant right now.
Running rampant, bro.
On all fronts. Out of control. We are all
You feel like she losing? You feel like she thinks she losing grip on America? You say, oh, white man feel like they're losing grip. I feel like the older generation in general, like,
bro, the white man and the white woman have always had beef. We all caught up in the white man and the white woman beef. We all caught up in it. You know what I'm saying? The white woman has shown that she can flip flop on any team. You know what I'm saying? She can go on either side, because she's also being oppressed. She's also been oppressed by the white man. You know what I'm saying? So that's that reference point, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So the white woman right now, like, they split in half. You got the Karens, and then you got the Tiffany's. You know what I'm saying? And Tiffany is out here tearing shit up and telling the police that they're all racist pigs and they ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they going hard, bro. The things I be hearing, bro, I be like, wow, these are white people talking to other white people like this. These are white people calling other white people, you racist piece of shit. Go back to your mom's pussy.
Damn.
Like, this is what, bro, they be going hard, bro. Like, it be, they go hard. But I stand with them because in principle, we want the same things. You know what I'm saying? Or I should say, I agree with most of the things that they want.
See, they don't necessarily want the same thing, because I don't think it will.
I'm sorry. I'm referring to Rockford, not the whole thing. But go ahead.
No, I'm referring to the whole thing, because I don't think it will progress to black folks being treated like white women by the police in society. It won't progress to that. You see what I'm saying? But it could regress to you white women being treated like the rest of them. Yeah. So be careful if you claim an equality, and equality don't necessarily mean a better side of the game. So,
but bro,
but what you really think about the protest, bro? Because I said something to my homeboys, and they kind of looked at me sideways, because I just told them I don't necessarily agree with it. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's enough to, as far as to make the noise, but once you pick the baby up from when it's crying, you expect it to stop crying, and you want to find a solution to get the crying stopped. Correct. We have not reached that point yet. You get what I'm saying? With the protest.
Okay, so this is how I look at it. The protesters are doing one part. You know what I'm saying? They're doing this
Hmm.
part. The
No,
people,
that part's necessary. Yeah.
yeah. Now the other people that can get, like, you know what I'm saying, things done, hold a lot of elected officials accountable. You know what I'm saying? Push the pen. You know what I'm saying? Get things done. Like, they got to do their part. The protesters doing their part. They're bringing the attention. It's other people that support but don't want to be vocal. So you can work like with your hands. You know what I'm saying? You emails to your aldermen. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. It's anybody that has been elected and been held account. We're not holding those people accountable. You know what I'm saying? Black people are still stuck. And if you're black and you're inside of a power structure, I shouldn't have to hold you accountable because you're black and you're there. You that's enough. You know what I'm saying? You've been elected
Mhm.
in. You've been elected in. You know what I'm saying? But we also have to hold our leaders accountable, not just black people, anybody that you put in office. You know what I'm saying? You hold them accountable to the things that they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be governing on your behalf, not governing over you. Like, but for people who want to, like, just tear down the government, I don't know. Do we tear down the government or do we reform the government? Do we rewrite the Constitution? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then if we rewrite the Constitution, who writes it? How do we vote on it? Like who sits at the table? You know what I'm saying?
What does reforming government look like?
You said, what does a reform government look like?
Yeah, what does that look like?
I
What do
don't
you
know.
mean by reforming
I
government?
get
Is that
I
that setting up different? Is that remove everybody from their seat and have another election, or what?
I well, I guess,
Is that changing terms?
yeah. I think that'll be like policy, changing terms, the way things revent.
Because if you're a senator, you can run pretty much as long as you want, right?
Yeah, that's how they be in the office all that time.
But president is only for 8 years.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I never understood that. I never understood that. You would think that if a president is doing good and he wins all the time, he'll just be president for a long time, right?
Oh, he could keep running, huh? What you saying?
Yeah.
That's what they trying to implement now, and this nigga Trump could keep winning on some popularity shit. Because the
But,
Democrats don't put nobody that we can get behind up, bro.
bro,
I had that conversation with my uncle and them. I'm like, bro, I'm not feeling this mug. The only reason you voting for Biden is to get him out. The only reason you was voting back in the day was to get Bush out. You see what I'm saying? It was like we either stay in tune and get everybody that we need to get in there, because it seems like we have the overwhelming majority when we show up
yeah,
as a Democrat. It
yeah,
seems like we have an overwhelming majority when we show up, but we don't stay in tune. We don't, and this has probably been, since Obama was elected, this has probably been the most I've ever seen, inclusion in the election
I don't
by
think,
everybody
but I don't think people are involved in the
since
election,
the first Obama term.
bro. Everyone's just involved in an anti-Trump campaign. That's the whole thing. Every time I see a commercial and they say, it's election season and your vote counts, and if you want to see things change, then you need to vote. You know what I'm saying? That's an anti-campaign. You're not just saying, hey, it's your American duty to vote. Get out and vote. You're not saying that. You're pushing and swaying people in a direction. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like how things are, then vote for change, whatever that change may be. But change means a movement of, bro. They think I don't agree. I don't agree with, like, these social media platforms silencing Trump and not allowing him to campaign on their platform and things like that. If you're going to ban politicians, but just one person.
Across the board, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but for one person, it's like it's looking like America versus Donald Trump. And what are we going to do when Donald Trump wins? I don't know. Because Joe Biden and Kamala Harris ain't doing it. I hear people say, I'm a Democrat, a lifelong Democrat. We're going to do what we're going to vote for the party.
That's what I've been hearing too, bro.
Gangs, straight gang shit.
I'm so glad I'm not wrapped up in that party shit because I see all the parties as the same thing. I see them on the same side. I see them working together to accomplish the same goals. So I've never fell into that. Hold on one second.
Yeah. Yeah, man. This is the Great Conversation podcast, man. We just sitting here chilling with my guy. Man, we in it. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, sorry about that. But I just never fell into that. Maybe government reform is including different parties.
Well, they'll tell you anybody can have a party. Just get rid of the parties.
But the parties ain't included on the ballot.
Oh, okay. All right. So they have to work. They have to work to get on the ballot.
Yeah, I mean, like if from my understanding, I could be wrong, and that's another problem we have. We don't have that type of understanding of the government as strong as we need to, because we not taught it, bro. We really not.
You got to figure it out on your own.
That shit is a semester in school and bye out go.
I'm just trying to pass the test.
On the podcast I do, Jay, he from Jamaica, and he can remember their whole like political system almost coming down to street level and operating as gang mentality almost. If you with this motherfucker, you really banging on these people in your neighborhood who with the other side. And he said he can remember he moved here when he was, I think, middle school or so. So he was in elementary having these type of instances and being involved in politics based on where he lives and based on the changes he wanted to see.
Right. So he
had to fight with actually people in his neighborhood who was in a different political system from a different side of the tracks who wanted their system to remain in power or whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
And we didn't have that type of operation as no children. You see what I'm saying? We weren't even included into it. I remember just being thrown into college at 18. Oh, I can vote now. Got to figure out how to register, where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to do. Your parents just telling you ask questions. They really not even instructing you on what things are being talked about in politics or none of that. You got to dive in all that by yourself. Why are you 18 in college or 18 trying to pay a bill or 18 trying to figure out life? Now you go vote and vote for the things you want, but you don't know, even though, you see what I'm saying? We don't have that system, is what I'm saying. So telling us to go vote is almost useless for me sometimes. I really don't see the point, because you voting on a system that's going in the same direction, whether you on one side or the other.
Bro, I'm 37 years old, and I'm just not realizing what I can really do with my vote. Like, it got
That's incredible. You see what I'm saying?
Like, I got to look, and I voted for Obama because he was black. Now what? You know what I'm saying? Not on any political stance.
Not on any political front.
None of that.
That's how the Democrats have won most elections since I have been recognizing it.
None of that.
This motherfucker, Clinton played the sax and ran the Mickey D's.
Oh, and he got some head.
He got some head.
He black. I never understood that when they said that he a brother. He like a brother. What? Nigga, when? When did that?
Oh man, no, bro. The propaganda and the campaign that's been going down. Bro.
He wore the shades too, bro. Don't.
Yeah, he had to say. Yeah, he was cool with the sack. Yeah.
Hey, he's from down south.
Bro, it's been incredible, bro. That's why I'm like, I'm done with it, bro. I'm over you trying to just, you put Kamala there because somebody said you should put a black woman up to had a black vote respect you now.
First of all, he not stopping, bro. First, it started with the Charlemagne comment, and then he just keep doubling down on it about being black. Now I got Kamala Harris. Me and Obama was in office. What we did. This was
we did, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This was we,
Oh shit.
me and Obama. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm listening to, I'm just like, and now you got Kamala Harris, and she shows up to an event wearing Chuck Taylors and stuff.
Yeah, Tim, she had to. They said she had to.
I'm like, oh, she the one who gave Nancy Pelosi that damn kente cloth. You know what I'm saying? like, what is going?
She was in the Senate selling the mugs, dog.
Bro, what? I got this for y'all. I got it. But it's a mockery over there, bro. Like I almost feel like
bean pie, my brother.
Like, bro, I can't do it, bro. I can't. Yes. Wait, what's the name of that movie, bro? Hold on, man. I'm gonna get you, sucker, man. Making reference to I'm gonna get you, sucker, man. Oh man, hey, bro.
Man, I recognize that long ago, man. That we just,
bro,
we vote on identity on the Democrat side. If we like them, we good with it. Go ahead.
I remember,
and they run us into the mud every time, bro. And
they do it with the take care of you thing. You know what I'm saying? If you don't vote for this, they're gonna cut your Medicaid. If you don't vote for this, they're gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? You know, they that's the mentality that they do. You know what I'm saying? Like coming up, bro, my papa told us, man, he was like, I asked him, I said, are we Republicans or Democrats? He said, we Democrats. I'm like, why are we Democrats? He was like, because we black. I'm like, the Republicans freed us though. You know what I'm saying? No, it was no answers, bro. It was no answers, man. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was tired of raising kids. He was old by then. He's like, man, it's not even my son. Like,
that's not even.
This nigga asked me all these damn questions. I'm supposed to be chilling somewhere. All my kids grown.
All my kids.
Hey, here messing with him, man. No, but real talk, man. Like, man, Mike is a guy, man. I could just, man, you can just talk. You can just talk. I could just talk for hours with Mike, man. Like, Mike really helped me get through a lot of times in my life where I had to identify with who I was as a person and stand on that shit. And that shit was hard in the beginning. It was very hard. It was very, very hard. And then later on, I had to learn how not to be so controversial, and I had to say everything that came to my head. I was a hothead for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, I went through that phase too. But one thing I've always kind of realized again about myself, I've always been really observant. And one thing I've always realized about myself is that I'm not the popular opinion guy. You know, a lot of people don't share my views. So unless we don't sit down and really talk about it, then I really don't say much to you. I let you keep your view, your point of view, and I, keep building upon mine. And I work on my understanding. Mm-hmm. And in that, I try to understand where I'm coming from and where you coming from, and try to find a point where we can relate and have a point of reference. And not necessarily have to agree. You know what I mean? But I can take what you're saying as fact, and you need to take what I'm saying as fact. Or I need to make my point understood to be as fact. You see what I'm saying? And I think when we was going through those phases, that's where we was lacking,
Yeah.
Point. And that's something I continue to work on, is understanding, because I think there can be a lot of these problems and issues that are going on can be resolved just by hearing the other folks out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We may see it as racism, but like I said, they may see it as I'm looking out for the people I know. You know what I mean? Like if I had a position, if I was making six figures and had a position to, put my homie on making 70,000, I'm gonna call my homie before I do a stranger in the street, more than likely. And it's just how the world works, and that's kind of why we haven't gotten those opportunities, so to speak. Because it's just more of them than it is us, bro. and they gonna keep looking out for theirs, bro.
Yeah,
But
it's
the thing
crazy.
is, when we get ours, we just can't let them tear it down, and that's what has continued to happen, bro.
They
They
come
have tore
through.
everything that, yeah, they come, like you said, when they get involved, when they get impassioned, they
It's
take over, nigga.
unpredictable. You don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know if they're gonna throw paint on a fur coat.
Oh my
You know
God.
what I'm saying? Or are they gonna lay or chain themselves to a tree? You don't know. You don't know, man. They so I don't know, but maybe that's their lack of culture. I don't know.
See, but I don't know again, bro. Like, can you say it's a lack of their culture? Because their culture runs all the way back into some medieval shit. That's basically the system we running off of now.
It is. Well, maybe okay. So is culture and structure the same thing?
Okay, that's a good question. Because culture is termed like a set of things that we all do together, or a set of things that we all
Yeah, culture is
understand to be, or something like that, right?
the emotion of the people. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be like the culture. You know what I'm saying? The structure is like the body of the people. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how everything is ran. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. So like we are in that same because we not fully in white culture. I'll tell you that right now. We're not in the open. Not in the open. They gotta do that behind them closed doors. Not in the not we getting there. I say it's on Netflix. We get
We not, bro. Come on now,
we
man.
getting there, bro. I'm just saying, like it's not so. It used to not be so, but it is, bro. They doing it right in our face now, bro. I know it's so, bro. I remember us being like these days were coming. They are here. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about that real quick. I know you got time. Let's talk.
I
All
got time, man.
right, let's talk about this, man. What do you think about this ushering in of pedophilia and trying
Bro,
and
we
try?
said this shit was coming. We said this shit was coming. Uh, this ushering in the pedophilia.
To normalize it, to normalizing pedophilia. They
You
want to.
talking about that law that they passed over in Cali or wherever,
Well,
where
that's
you
part
can
of it.
basically molest or rape or have sex with the same gender person 10 years under you, and and you not be considered a sexual predator. You don't have to register. You talking about that shit?
I didn't know all the predictions, all the breakdowns on that, but man, that sound wild. Like when they say 10 years, are they talking about like just 10 years period?
Yeah, like I could, well, not me. Let me see. A person could be.
clear that up quick. No, man.
A person could be 24 and molest a 16-year-old boy or 15-year-old boy, as what happens in most
Right,
Catholic churches, as what's coming out,
right. That
uh,
age range.
and not have to register as a sexual offender.
Oh, if they okay, so if they're found guilty of that,
Yeah,
then they don't have to register.
yeah, and they're
Oh,
served a lesser penalty too.
okay. All right.
They serve a lesser penalty.
That's not as bad as I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? I
That's
thought
pretty bad,
no,
bro.
no. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Like I said,
Oh,
it's not as bad as I thought it was. Like what I thought you were saying was that they had free reign to rape and molest anyone 10 years younger than them. That's what I thought you were saying. You know what I'm saying?
it's basically saying that.
Well, not necessarily because they just saying that like they can be convicted, serve a term, and then but just not have to register. You know
But
what I'm
that's
saying?
the whole point. As
No,
a sexual predator, you should be registered, because that's basically a sexual predator. You sleeping
yeah.
with a minor.
No, I get that. No, I get that. I understand the outrage, but it's gonna sound so bad. I get that. I understand the outrage. I'm just a little calm because I just thought they were getting free reign. Just like, hey, you can do this. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as they're within 10 years of you, you know. But they're saying just don't get caught. You know what I'm saying?
Basically.
Yeah. Like I see what you're saying. I know my tone and everything.
What I'm saying is,
I
even upon them getting caught, they don't have to serve as much of a penalty. So it's like a lesser crime.
Hey,
And to me, that gives inclusion of society. And that, you know what I'm saying? As far as letting that shit go down, it's going towards that area. I mean, before we had legal marijuana, we had prescription marijuana, or before we had prescription marijuana. I mean, we had legal marijuana, then we had prescription marijuana before that. Before that, it was they lessened the fines on you being caught with an ounce or less.
Yep. They started getting lenient.
Yeah, they started getting lenient.
Yeah, you right about that.
This shit about to, this shit. I had officers tell me, "Oh, this shit about to be legal anyway."
Yeah.
So imagine that same scenario.
Right. On what we talking about right now.
Yeah. When your 8-year-old boy then got took down by a 16-year-old boy. You see what I'm saying? Oh, this shit finna be legal anyway. You see what I'm saying?
All right, boys will be boys.
So
put some dirt on, rub some dirt on it.
That's what it's turning to. I mean, there have been more instances of bestiality in the last 2-3 years. I've seen more cases of that. They had the woman in her front yard getting rammed by the dog in one city. I can't remember the city, but this was I think 2018 or so.
In the front yard?
In the front yard.
That's love, man. She loved that dog.
Getting rammed.
She didn't care.
In front of the public, bro. So,
right.
I mean,
she didn't care. She didn't care who saw.
This stuff has been rolling out.
Yeah.
All behind. Like, how many letters is between the LBG? It was first. It was.
I think it ended with an A now.
At first, it was just gay. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was just gay.
And you just fell.
Now it's lesbian. It's gays. It's bis. It's trans. I don't even know what all the letters. They got a plus in there.
Yeah, there is a plus.
So it's like, what is you trying to include? And if you look over history, a lot of times when all of this stuff was in society was in a defunct place, bro. Yeah. Plagues ran heavy, death ran heavy, infant mortality ran heavy.
So that's what we getting back to. That's what I was saying. Like, we not fully in the open with that. That's the true culture. That's the medieval time. That's the true culture. You know what I'm saying? Dirty, unsanitary. You know what I'm saying? That's the culture that I'm saying. Like, this pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? This everything. I mean, the Bible has a whole book dedicated to the evils and atrocities of the Romans. It's the book of Romans. It talks about the people. It talks about how they are. I believe it's Romans chapter 2. You know what I'm saying? It talks about how the people were, the people to stay away from. It says that. And I'm not ignorant enough to believe that it's all white people. But it's people have these characteristics, you know what I'm saying? And these structures. This structure has to be, I don't think we can what's the word? Flip this house. I don't think this house can be flipped. I believe it's got too much mold. I believe it's infested with maggots and rats. There's feces everywhere. We have to tear it down or build anew. Now, I don't know the particulars on that. I don't know who we get to do what and this, that, and the other. But I know that if we all came together and had some type of conversation and some type of understanding, then we could probably agree on some things. You know what I'm saying? But we have to be careful to not rebuild because that's what happened. That's what happened to the founders of this land. It became what they ran away from. It became exactly what it ran away from. But instead, it was ran more by corporations who really ran the government opposed to the government running the corporations.
But did we ever get away? I always looked at America as an extension.
Well, what I'm saying is like there was a whole war over it where they wanted to have their independence. You know what I'm saying? So they had to break away from it because they didn't want certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, the government's taking our money, but we're doing all the work. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all not even over here. Y'all not even helping us, but you want to dictate over us. It's not right.
That's what I'm saying though. Did we ever get away? You want to dictate over us. You want to do all this. I feel like we are still being
by Britain and shit.
Yeah.
You think so?
Why not, bro? Like, let's drop it back to the education system. Same homie Jay from Jamaica. He broke it down to me like the U.S. education is a slower system. If you look at us in the world scale, I think we like in the 30s, 40s as far as countries and educations. He was telling me, like I said, he came over here in middle school. He said everything that he was taught over here in middle school, he had already done.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Everything.
Everybody said everything. Everybody
because they run off of they actually run off of a British school system. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, we got away from it.
He said he didn't catch up to where he needed to be as far as he kind of understood he was already ahead of everything all the way up to probably about sophomore, junior year, he said. Which is incredible, bro. That means that when we graduate in high school, that stuff is stuff that they learning in their middle schools, basically. And what I'm saying is we were always paying a tax to them. We were always being controlled by them. We were always used as a labor force by them. We're used as a military force by them now.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You see what I'm saying? And then it's like the way we may have feel like we've gotten away from their education system, but I feel like the education system that's instructed here is meant to build slaves for a nation like Britain. You see what I'm saying? The stuff we do. Yeah, the stuff that we do and produce out of this country, we send so much of it over to Europe.
Yeah, that's the problem, man. I think that's what really happened with America. I think that's why America in real big trouble. Our export game is messed up, bro. We're not manufacturing things. We losing, bro. America is just not the same, bro. When I was coming up, man, like America was like number one. You know what I'm saying? Like
that was the propaganda.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Number one.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was like, but everyone around you, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone was like proud to be an American. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But
what do you think about that though? Because you got children in the school system, they talking about putting more patriotic curriculum in there. AKA a white supremacist learning program, basically. Again, that's what we finna go back to.
Man, bro, like
that was the issue that we had growing up, bro. We grew up in the white supremacist learning program.
Yeah, bro. Like
but patriotism was strong. We were proud to be
American. Like this is the forefather of my country. This white man with this wig on and this makeup and these high heels and this blouse and these knickerbockers.
Mm-hmm. Man, I'm finna bring my pops family back, bro. My pops t-shirt shit back, bro. Forefathers, man, Productions, bro. I'm finna get it back to you. Because he had the Mount Rushmore. Instead of the presidents on there, he had Martin, Malcolm, Frederick Douglass, and Booker T. Washington on there.
Booker T. I bet you all W.E.B. Du Bois fans get mad when Booker T name come up, boy. They both had good ideas. They should have just came together. But W.E. Du Bois is into it with everybody. He was into it with Marcus Garvey too, man. He was just Man, I don't know. I don't know, man. He really battled with that duality, that two
Mm-hmm.
souls, He really battled with that. Like, I'm spurked up. We out here. That's my man's though. So like,
My bad.
hey, so no, that's cool. But check it out. So what about Offset finally? Okay, so Offset, Cardi B, divorce, whatever. She just released WAP. People are coming down on this song. I listened to the words of this song. Not that bad. I grew up in the era of the Freaknik. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Luke. You know what I'm saying? People like this. You know, this stuff is not that bad, and you can play most of it on the
Bro,
radio.
we had house music growing up in Illinois, you know, Chicago, extended to the Rockford area.
Yeah, I'm from Rockford.
No, I'm just saying, but I'm
Oh no,
saying I'm gonna say it's
I'm
from
just
Chicago, but it extended to Rockford. It
Midwest. Yeah,
extended to other parts of the Midwest.
yeah,
So I'm not solidifying it just in Chicago though.
yeah.
But they had songs and house music beat that bitch with the bat. Beat that bitch with the bat. That was a chant through the shit. So
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, and I mean, we was what, 11, 12 years old dancing on booty. You know what I'm saying? So the songs today don't shock me, bro. It's like they need to go to that extreme to even hit a nerve now.
It's not even that bad
Because
though.
because everything else is so numbing. You see what I'm saying?
It's crazy, bro.
And it's not that bad, but the thing is
The
I guess
sensitivity level. I'm talking about the
not necessarily
sensitivity level.
sensitivity is I looked at it on both sides. Again, you gotta have to understand it. Like
Right.
I get the outrage and all of that, and I get the folks who saying, bro, this shit been here. This getting some head, Shauna. Come on. Y'all remember that song? That shit wasn't that old. You know what I'm saying? This shit has been put it in your mouth, Nelly. Come on now.
Hey, slob on my
So
knob. The corner.
yeah, slap on my nine. Come
Yeah.
on. These songs have been here throughout me growing up.
Has been here in the Negro kingdom and culture for decades upon decades. It is
Upon decades.
it's almost like a passageway, a rites of passage.
What your parents used to say, boy, what your parents used to tell you, boy, you was made to this music right
You were
here.
made this right here, boy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel, man, the children that are made to WAP, we're not ready for that generation, bro. We're not ready for that generation, bro. Look at the generation. Oh my God, kids are so different, bro. Like everything is so different now. Like even the way you have to parent your child is different now. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the same rules apply, the basics and whatnot, but I don't know, man. Parenting is not easy. I'll say that because you definitely dealing with a whole.
Do the basics apply? I think you almost have to have a heightened level of
Well,
awareness and security nowadays.
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's okay. So to protect is the base. You know what I'm saying? When I say the basics,
Right. But
you know what I'm saying. But you have to add on to that because it's different now. I said
yeah,
still.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Because
I said
protect when we was growing up was make sure he don't touch the stove. You
hot.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's hot. Keep him away from the street if he outside.
Hey, get away from that street, boy.
Yeah, matter of fact, y'all can't play outside in this neighborhood. They be over here wilding.
Yeah.
Or it's certain little things, you know what I'm saying? Y'all stay in the yard. That was protection back then. Now you got the cyber protection that you got to be aware of. You got sexual predators at all time high. I guess
Oh
it
my
was
God.
back then too, but we really didn't. Bro, the first time I got talked about don't run off with nobody you don't know was Jeffrey Dahmer shit.
Yeah, don't. It's a white van. You remember that coming up, bro? Like we were like maybe elementary school days. Like it was like don't get in the car with anybody in a white van. It's a guy in a clown suit. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, bro, it was crazy out here, bro. I remember that stuff, bro. And then like we had And you know where the school at from the crib. So like I was nervous walking that little bit of distance, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a white van. I guess a kid that got picked up or something. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of neighborhood for that. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, what in the hell is going on? But like you said, like that was the stay in the yard type thing. You know what I'm saying? Get away from the street. But like you said, you got this cyber stuff. Kids are killing themselves over being cyber bullied, over people they can block and have no contact with at all. Bro, society has society has become weird, bro. Society is weird. All this, we should have just stayed at pagers, bro. None of this would be going on with pagers and payphones, bro. None of it. Not none of it, bro. Zero. Flip phones still's the problem because that's that instant access. Everybody has instant access, bro, to every and anything. Man, the world is different, bro. It's different, but yet the same.
I'm trying to think of before the cell phone, bro. And it's like I'm thinking if I would prefer which one I prefer. And it's like I like this technology, I just don't like the way it's being abused, I guess.
Abused in what way?
The amount of time people spend in their phone plugged in on the social media, or the amount of disrespect that's being shown on the internet. That's all abuse, in my opinion. Okay. A lot of stuff that you're doing online, you're not gonna do in the presence of people.
Okay, so what? It should be some type of government mandates.
No, I mean these are things that you just have in the moral code, you know, and it's either you or it ain't you. Like I don't spend time giving negative energy to people's videos. I turn the video off. I go to something else. You see what I mean? Like I don't do all that trolling, and if I do have something negative to say, I want to have something constructive to give you as far as improvement. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get that part in people, and that's been expressed so greatly on the internet. Like I don't even know how it's gonna stop or change. It's just gonna get worse, and it's
just what it is.
And everything starts in home, but in home has been so deconstructed with technology and with the acceleration of how your money ain't shit now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How both parents is working crazy hours or demanding jobs that require more responsibility outside the house than in the house almost.
Right.
And I don't see the turnaround. Like when I say disrespect on the internet, like, you know, Brian's son just came out on the video smoking, whatever.
Teenage.
But somebody like in his comments, like asked him would he hit Dwayne Wade's son or something. You know what I'm saying? Some crazy shit like that. And he handled it well, but it's like, bro, how would you even bring that shit up? Like, why is that even a question? Why is it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, why we do that to each other? You see what I'm saying? It's just people, bro. It's just people. And I work in an industry where I am in contact with people all the time. I'm a bartender. You know what I mean? So I'm dealing with the public quite frequently. And I don't get none of that shit in my face. You see what I'm saying?
Right, where is that at?
Yeah, where it be at in my face, but you turn on the social media, you see all the bullshit comments, you look, you know what I mean? People posting no wild videos or whatever. I just don't understand that part of society, bro. I just don't get it. And what's gonna help to change that function, bro? You see what I'm saying?
You have
where are we going in there?
You have to put restraints on it. You have to put some type of restraints, just because they say that man, period, is just an aggressive and violent creature. You know what I'm saying? It has to be tamed. And so it has to be trained. You know what I'm saying? So like you have to put restraints on it. Like you can't do this, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because then it has to be consequence and all this stuff. Like the government the government doesn't have a function, bro, right now. It doesn't really have a function for the people. The government is more so everything for corporations. You know what I'm saying? Like it has nothing to do with us for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? It's about
I agree with that.
like, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I just know some. I mean, if there's after this whole case thing today, and I don't say this lightly. You know what I'm saying? I just look at it from a different point of view. Like the whole Breonna Taylor thing, I thought it was very diabolical how they were to manipulate and still charge an officer, but also not charge for the murder of Breonna Taylor by still not saying her name. I think that was very diabolical and deliberate. I think they did that on purpose. And when the system does that, the system, it's like the system versus us. The system doesn't look like, hey, the people have given me the power. They're the fuel of me. Let me listen to them. No, it's like, we're the system. You're you. We're over you. Period.
And I guess why I brought up the medieval is we got to understand that a lot of laws that we operating under were set up in the 1700s and things like that. 1600s, 1800s, they not dealing with current circumstances. And they were set up to protect a class that was considered above and, above others, so to speak.
Yeah.
And once that comes out, I guess is as common knowledge or something that feels that we need to change, we can start addressing a lot of the different ways policing is handled. In that Breonna Taylor case, imagine if that $12 million that the family was paid came out of those officers' pension.
Right. That's what
You
I'm
see what I'm
saying.
saying? Imagine if it came out of there instead of the city's money, because that come out of the taxpayers' dollars.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if that money came out of the police pension, do you think we would have more good cops on the force?
Yep.
Or do you think we would have better investigations? Do you think we would have more thorough investigations where they making the right moves and they just not, because these careless acts don't happen in franchise neighborhoods.
No.
You see what I'm saying? She was in a disenfranchised neighborhood, and you could say that just off the fact she was living in an apartment. You didn't even own that space she was in. You see what I'm saying? You could be told, no, you can't renew your lease and got to go in that space.
No, you're right, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like the police union contracts need to be our interests need to be interwoven in the police union contracts, because police union contracts shouldn't just save police officers, keep them safe. It should hold them accountable, like you're saying, because in the end, every police officer is a private citizen. In the end, you know what I'm saying? You're a private citizen before you're a cop. Because you take that badge off and you go somewhere, anywhere, then no one's going to just see you as a cop. They're going to see you as a private citizen.
Mm-hmm.
And you liable to get your ass whooped.
Yeah, but them mugs always carrying, bro.
Hey,
Even if they off duty, they know they can catch one.
It sounded
over. It sounded good. Run up and get done up, bro. Man, no, I just don't know where the changes begin, and I guess that's the frustration that we hear in the protests. And I guess that's why I don't entangle myself with the protests, because my frustration takes me to another level, bro.
Yeah.
I'm the nigga throwing the garbage can in the riot. I'm doing all that, bro. I'm setting it off. My frustration gets the best of me in certain situations. That's part the reason I smoke, bro. Cause
yeah, you gotta. They say know your limits.
Know your limits, exactly, bro. Cause
know your limits. I mean, that's part of the reason I didn't go to the protest tonight. You know what I'm saying? People hosting the protest ask for no media, and I'm media. If I'm going, I'm documenting. The camera protects me. You know.
I've watched a lot of those vids that you put up, and that footage is raw as hell. I mean,
It's uncut. I don't doctor it up. It's what's happening.
It just leads me to believe that the system is gonna be the system, and you have to find yourself. You know what I mean? Like even when you're dealing with relationships, a person can show you who they are. And once you know who they are, you have to figure out how to move around that person.
Right.
Move in tune with that person, so to speak. You don't have to necessarily deal with them to be in tune with them. You know what I mean? Uh, you know, animals are in tune with the earth and they get to dipping when the earthquake comes. So so
that tree. Oh, the beautiful palm.
No, but yeah, I mean, I just feel like we gotta find a system that conquers theirs. And it's not necessarily going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen by dismantling theirs.
So we have to build it while theirs is still intact?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the fear, right? That's the fear, right? If the revolution comes, you win. Now what? Like, well, all right, what do we do now, guys? How do we take care of all this garbage?
Yeah, looking around and shit.
Anybody?
Yeah.
You gotta put the axe down now. You gotta put the gun down. We can't solve that problem with a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we, guys? Did you guys know about there's still oil leaking in the Atlantic? The whole octopus man down there. Did anybody have any idea of all this is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like,
now, do you honestly? Do you see Biden Harris getting in office and change anything with the police? Do you see any?
No.
Police reform to me just mean more money spent on police.
All you're gonna hear is more training. They're gonna give them more training. There's not gonna be anything about accountability. Yes, they're gonna pass this Breonna Taylor law. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna go ahead and they're gonna pass it. You know what I'm saying, for the no knock warrant.
Think that's gonna get passed nationwide or what?
Yeah, it's gonna, because if the Democrats win, they need that in their hand. You know what I'm saying? This is what we did for black folks. That's what they're gonna say. This is what we did.
But why everything synonymous with crime relates to black folks? That's what I don't get, bro. Black folks is more than crime. They economics, their education. You see what I'm saying? What you shake your head for?
That's not how they think, bro. Crime.
Black folks is infrastructure. You see what I'm saying? Their jobs.
Crime.
Black folks is
welfare.
Banking. Stop it.
Robbing banks. Asking for change outside of banks.
Oh my
God. I'm standing outside now. Okay, so check this out. Everybody know that I'm a hustler, man. I'm out here. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I got many different umbrellas. So I'm out here waiting on the bus. And I feel somebody watching me. So I have my headphones on. I'm listening to music. I turn around. It's a white lady with a mask. She has a $5 bill in her hand. And she just motions it towards me. So I reach, I take it. I say, thank you. She says, you know, we're just all supposed to help one another. At that moment, I was like, this bitch is racist. You know what I'm saying? Like at that moment, bro. I like
it hit you so hard. The racism just real quick, slap you real quick.
I couldn't even pin back. You know what I'm saying? And she got in her car and she drove off, bro. I was sitting
right. Bitch, give me a ride. You want me to say I'm on the bus? You want to help? God damn it.
What am I gonna do with this $5? What am I gonna do with it?
You get a 2-for-1 Whopper, goddamn.
What am I gonna do? I gotta take the bus to get there. I don't have time.
Yeah.
I'm on a schedule. Bro, she gave me that $5 and I'm like, I looked at, she got in her car and she drove off, bro. The look on her face. She was so pleased at what she did.
She was thrilled.
Because I just
made his day.
Because what category did I fall under? I wasn't homeless. I didn't look like a homeless.
I don't know.
I wasn't begging for change. You know what I'm saying? I
I don't
wasn't
know.
I wasn't asking for money to put in my gas tank. I was a
Black folks are synonymous with welfare,
bro.
and I provided welfare.
I was black waiting on the bus stop. I had to be in despair.
Wow.
Oh, do you know the pitch, bro? She probably was like, he's probably fresh out of prison on his way to a job interview,
Oh my goodness.
just trying to make it. You know, stay out of the way,
Hey,
not be like the other ones. She
did you
felt
put
the.
that $5 to use?
Did I? Yeah, I went back inside. What did I get? I think I may have got some. Oh, bro, I got some cheddar popcorn, and
Uh-huh.
I got I want to say a bang. I got a bang, an energy drink. I was very tired.
And did you spend it at a black business?
No, I did not. I just went to the mobile that was right there in front of me. Oh, I failed. It's me. Yep. I
I
failed.
was just I
I
was just
failed.
saying, bro. I
I
was just
failed.
saying she tried to do her part to install into the
Damn. So
you see what I'm saying?
once again, the white woman gets off scot free, and
Scot free.
it is the black man's fault for the destruction of the black community. Ain't that about a bitch? And she's out here going. She's running rampant, and I'm still getting blamed.
Bro, they say the money lasts in our community, what, 17 seconds, bro?
No,
That's about
it's 6 hours,
it's 6 hours.
bro. But I was in there like 5 minutes, bro. I was gone. Bow.
Oh, it's
You know
gone.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It was right there. You know what I'm saying? The black owned business is on the other side of town. I'm on the bus. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Where I'm not gonna
But
sit
what
down.
you think about that right there, though? What you just said
Yeah,
is key. You know, the black-owned businesses on the other side of town. I understand that we want to support and supply for our own, but at the same time, a lot of the times we're only given opportunities in our areas. And they just had a lawsuit with black McDonald's owners against the McDonald's Corporation. You heard about that?
no. What is it about? Like location?
Basically, they was making the case that my burger is more expensive than my white counterpart's burger.
Oh wow.
A lot of the
Wow.
like, you know, requirements and check marks and benchmarks that the McDonald's has set up for its franchises, they were demanded upon a lot of the black owners, and they were more lenient on other owners. Let me just say it like that, because it's the black owners versus everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
So you know, the Farouks and the Johanssons and you know what I'm saying, and the Schmitz and the Kovlowskis.
Kalowskis. House of Geronis.
Yeah, the Casablancas
Tonys.
and shit. Yeah,
Right.
all of them. They basically were not made to make improvements on equipment. They were not made to do upgrades to the facilities or they building.
Oh yeah,
And they
that's just
say
like that's
often,
like black bars. That's like black bars out here.
yeah, and often they say the black owners were directed to buy properties that were in need of upgrades coming up soon. So they were kind of put into a system where they were put behind the eight ball, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it eventually, even though the menu price is the same, theirs is more expensive to make.
Yeah, I know, right?
You
So
get what I'm saying?
yeah,
And
so they
they
like you
don't get
said,
to
put them
grow
behind
their
the eight ball.
businesses. Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't get to grow their business and get other, you know, locations and things like that.
Oh wow.
And a lot of it is about where you get placed in the city and how the infrastructure of that part of the city is.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the black parts of town are often the, I guess, bustling part at one point, and then you kind of, you know, run it down, and then they move to other areas, and
Yeah.
then they push the rents lower in that area to move, you know, people who are I guess less fortunate or disenfranchised into that area. You know what I
Right.
mean? People who are on Section 8 and welfare,
A
things like that.
different class of people, a lower class of
Yeah,
people.
a lower class of people. So you think you're moving to the better side of town at first, but that side is slowly being, gentrified and taken away from, and all of the tax dollars are being shifted by, how they do the little lines and all of that stuff too,
Right.
man.
Yeah, the census and everything. Black folks don't want to
Yeah,
take the census because they think the government gonna have the information. Guess what? They already got it.
they already got it. You signed on Facebook, bro. You log on Facebook every day.
You on Instagram
Yeah,
selling
you
you
got a
selling
Google account.
you selling apes on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Just fill
Oh my
it,
God.
boy, fill the census out. You afraid to say it's 10 niggas stay in your crib? Just go.
Yeah. What? You think the motherfuckers on Instagram gonna find out, nigga?
They gonna ask you how many. They gonna ask you about if you got your own room. Ain't nobody gonna know you on the couch. Ain't nobody gonna know. They
Damn.
just wanna know how many people in here, bro. That's it. They didn't ask you how.
That's it.
They didn't ask you how many bedrooms in your house. Who in here, bro? We
Oh
don't.
man.
I heard that narrative about the census before I even found out what the census was. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't give the government your information. I don't know who told it to me. I just remember it as a child. I just remember it. And if they come to your door, like, and black people are taught that if somebody comes to your door, don't answer it. You know what I'm saying? If a phone number call you and you don't know it, don't pick it up. You know what I'm saying?
2 Chainz just put out a video talking about that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, put up a little video talking about, man, if you call my phone with a number that's unrecognized and I don't answer the first time, and then I don't answer the second time, then you call me back again, then you call me back, I'm probably never gonna answer it because I don't recognize the number. And then somebody had in the comments like, nigga, Jay-Z might call from an unrecognized number. You don't got a whole verse, dude.
Check them out. Like, I'm for real, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't fear that stuff, man. I get kind of excited if I see a phone number. I know, oh, who is this? Like,
Yeah, who is this?
All right. Like, my man, like, some dude called me, bro. This is so funny, bro. This is probably why people don't answer these calls. This is the real reason. The guy calls and he's just like, first it's like this recording. It says, you know what I'm saying, your Social Security number has been involved in some fraudulent activity. Please hold for a Social Security fraudulent officer. I got time. I'm gonna wait. He comes on the line. Hello, this is Raheem. Can I please have your Social Security number, please? I said, whoa, hold on, Raheem. What's going on with my with my Social Security number? You know what I'm saying? It's in your Social Security number is involved in fraudulent activity. I said, what kind of activity? He says, fraudulent. This is all the information he gave me. And then he hung up on me, bro. He ended up hanging up on me. But I don't mind answering on call because I'm not going to give you my information. What am I going to get you my information for? I didn't get it. I would have got an email before I got a phone call. Don't nobody got this phone number. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody even got this number, bro. That's probably why people don't call, man. But, man, we about to go ahead and get up out of here, man. Go ahead and throw your tags out there, bro.
What you mean by tags, bro? I'm not involved in any social media, bro.
I understand that. Go ahead and drop the podcast.
Oh yeah, but you can fuck with your boy. I'm talking shit on TruView podcast. You can find us on all DSPs or whatever. Definitely on Facebook, definitely on Instagram. TruView podcast. That's TruVue podcast. We drop Mondays and Fridays. We talking about the latest and greatest in media as far as movies and TV shows.
Yeah, definitely check out my guys, man. You got MJ here, you got LaMel on there, you got Jay, and you got Lorenzo on there, man. TruView podcast, man. Catch them on all major platforms. You know what I'm saying? Before we get out of here, Mike, man, on these calls, man, I always ask my people, man, give me a memory of us, man. What you got?
Bro, whoa. Whoa, do you want this info out here, bro? I got too many, goddamn. Let me think of one.
Be kind, bro.
Let me think of one. Bro, no, I got to talk about the last greatest one, dog. And that was
Oh
You already
man.
know where I'm going.
I
You already
don't.
know where
I
I'm
don't.
going.
I don't know. I don't know. My memory
When
bad.
your ass, when we was driving to El Paso, nigga, and you.
Hey, I am Hyphen X.
When we was driving to El Paso, nigga. Oh man, do I want to tell it all? God
uh,
damn.
you ain't got to, bro. You ain't.
Nah, I'm talking about when you woke up, it was like, damn, we in the mountains, nigga. We up here, this goddamn how you saw the cloud shadow on the mountains, nigga. You was panicking, bro. I ain't never seen your ass panic like that, nigga. I felt like we was getting chased, nigga.
Hey, hey, bro, my side hurt because I always tell this story, bro. I was like, bro, I was, I'm like, we was coming around this bend. I woke up. I said we were so high, bro. I seen a cloud shadow on top of a mountain. Do you hear what? Like, do you know what I'm saying to you, man? Something happened to me on the road to El Paso, man. My whole life changed after that trip. Everything
Yours
changed.
and mine, dog. Yours and mine, man. I felt
Man,
like I needed that. I hated doing it.
yeah,
Uh, I was connected to the crib. You know, that's my family, my whole family there. You know, I was in a relationship at the time. I had to end that, and I understood that the circumstances of the city were changing, and uh, the doors that were open for me were not as open anymore.
yeah,
And I was like, to survive, I had to get up out of there because you really it's hard to make it out there on the part-time gig, bro.
yeah.
Uh, in El Paso, I moved out there and I think I was there for 3 years, and I've been out here in Vegas, shit, about shit going on 7. Yeah, I think
Man,
this is my
yeah.
6th year out here. This is my 6th year out here.
If people see
Uh,
me doing it, I'm trying to kill this fly, man. This fly been harassing me the whole show. Go ahead.
uh, but I could say that the way I've progressed, it was kind of one of those things where it was necessary for me. I don't think my progression would have been the same. I'm not saying that it would have been worse in Chicago. It just wouldn't have been the same. I got to learn a lot about myself. I got to go through some difficult situations, face some adversities, and you know, pull through. And shit, I'm out here in Vegas now, bro. It's been like I say 6 years, and every year has gotten consistently better to this bullshit that kicked off. And
Yeah, I
we
know,
back on
right?
square one. We back on square one, and
Hey, man,
shit.
we back at square one,
Yeah, we gonna try to grow again.
but we ain't off our square. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't never off my square, yeah.
Never, never, man.
Hell yeah.
Hey, man, that's what's up, Mike. I appreciate you coming on, man. You know, you guys can catch us on Spotify, catch us on YouTube, catch us on Facebook, the Great Conversation Podcast. Coming soon, we'll be on 105.7 FM, Flight Radio, Freeport, Illinois, and also on live360.com coming in here in the very near future. Look forward to either middle of the fall or early winter. All right, man. I am Hyphen X. And always remember, you don't always have to agree to have a great conversation. Peace. Peace, bro. Love.
Yes, sir.